Hey there, movie fans. Welcome to the Blues of September. Of course, I'm going to show you all the DVDs and Blu-rays that I've gotten over the month of September. But anyway, shout out time. The two lucky YouTubers that I'm giving a shout out to are Spawn 7 and Blu-ray Evan. Now, these two guys don't have much subscribers and much attention than they have now, so please go check these guys out. These are two great YouTubers and movie collectors, and you have to check out Spawn 7's collection. He has quite a lot in his movie room, so do go check that out. And yeah, the links are below. Spawn 7 and Blu-ray Evan. Go check these guys out. Okay, I'm gonna show you the DVDs first, as always, and like the last time, I got a few DVDs that were just a couple of euros, very cheap. The first one is a double feature DVD with Physical Evidence with Burt Reynolds and Teresa Russell, and The Spreading Ground with Dennis Hopper. I got it mainly because of Physical Evidence, which was directed by Michael Crichton, and it comes in this shitty packaging, but it was just 50 cent. That's 25 cents per movie, so I cannot complain about that. Okay, next is The Little Foxes with Bette Davis. Absolutely a magnificent film, and I'm very happy to have this because I believe this release, this is the Region 1 DVD, by the way. I believe this is out of print, and I managed to get this for a very good price. And Bette Davis was great in playing cold-hearted bitches, and she plays one nasty woman in this film. There was a little argument between Bette Davis and William Wilder, the director. Wilder wanted to make her character sympathetic, but Bette Davis didn't want to have that. She wanted to make her character as nasty as she could be. And at the end, of course, Bette Davis won that argument. But this is a magnificent film. I absolutely loved it. I'm trying to get more Bette Davis films, especially those DVD box sets from Warner Brothers. I have two movies with James Belushi, Angels Dance and Royce. I've seen this a long time ago. I think the last time I've seen these two movies were back in the VSS days, and I remember enjoying them, especially this one. I thought it was pretty good. But yeah, I have to check these movies out again. Here's another movie that I have seen a long time ago back on VSS, Dollar for the Dead. I remember that I enjoyed it, but it's actually a very ridiculous movie, but a lot of fun. It says here an action-packed tribute to Sergio Leone in the directorial style of John Woo, which really is it's just like that. It's kind of a spaghetti western in a John Woo style, and you see Emilio Estevez shooting his 6-shooters, but he keeps shooting, without reloading. You know what I mean? So it's that kind of a movie. It's ridiculous, it's silly, but it's fun. Species 2. I have Species 1 on DVD, so I needed to get this one. It was alright, decent film. Also have Full Contact with Chow Yun-fat. I don't think I've seen this one before. No, I don't think I have seen this one. So looking forward to checking this out. And Wilderness, I'm pretty sure I have not seen this one yet. It's from the director of Dead Watch, which I thought it was pretty good. World War I horror film. But yeah, still need to see it. Next one is the very lovely DVD box set of Boogie and Bacall, the Signature Collection. of Humphrey Bogart and Lauren Bacall, of course. Bacall recently passed away. I believe she died the day after Robin Williams died. And the chemistry between these two was just astonishing, really. I think they were fantastic together. Let me show you the movies that it has. The first one is To Have and Have Not, the first film they did together. I believe Lauren Bacall was 19 years old when she made this movie. Directed by Howard Hawks. Now Howard Hawks, some say that the reason why Howard Hawks has cast Bacall in this film is because he wanted to start an affair with her. Now Howard Hawks was known as a womanizer. He was married, but he had affairs with many women, and he wanted to start one with Bacall. But Bacall fell in love with Bogart, and they stayed together until his death in 1957. And Hawks was very frustrated about that and said some nasty things about her. But I think this is a great film, by the way. Absolutely fantastic film. And this is another one. This is arguably the best film together, The Big Sleep. Another film directed by Howard Hawks, by the way. Based on the book by Raymond Chandler. A film noir classic. And it has two versions. It had the 1946 theatrical version and the rarer 1945 pre-release version. The theatrical version is the longest one. It has some reshot scenes. And I don't remember which version I have seen. Must be the pre-release version. I'm not really sure. A great film. Absolutely great film. Dark Passage. Another great one. This, I believe this is the movie that starts with the point of view shots of Bogart. You don't see Bogart's face for a half hour. You only see what he sees, But after that, he plays an escaped convict, by the way. And after a half hour, he goes to this plastic surgery, and you can finally see his face. But for the first 30 or so minutes, you basically see through his eyes, his point of view. And the last one is Key Largo. Fantastic film. You have Arthur G. Robinson also stars in it. They both did some many films together, by the way. Most of these films, it's Bogart who plays the villain and Robinson plays the hero. Now the tables are turned. Robinson is now the villain and Bogart is the hero in this one. So this is a very lovely box set. There you go. Very happy to have this. Boogie and Bacall. Okay, now for the blues. First one is the Werner Herzog collection. Very, very nice box set. I have not seen all of the films. I have seen Nosferatu, but I've already seen that a long time ago. But I saw Fitzcarraldo last week, and I thought that was an amazing film. And I've also seen Burden of Dreams, which is about the making of Fitzcarraldo. A very fascinating documentary. But I still need to see the other films. But this is a very nice box set. I'm sure you guys have seen this one. It's a booklet. There's Kinski. A shot of Fitzcarraldo. That scene where they dragged the boat over the hill, that was amazing. Absolutely amazing scene. Yeah, very nice set. Looking forward to seeing the other ones. There you go. Okay, the next three are Blu-rays from Twilight Time. The first one is Brannigan with John Wayne. I enjoyed this. I've always enjoyed this film. It's basically a western that happens to take place in 1970s England. And it also stars Richard Attenborough, who passed away recently. I'm trying to find a picture of him. I believe this is him, but you can't really see him. Maybe in one of those booklets here. Oh, here it is. There he is. Lord Richard Attenborough. There he is again. I've always enjoyed it. It's a very, very decent, entertaining movie. Brannigan. Also got Dogs of War. I mean, just look at the cover. This is a badass cover with Christopher Walken and his tiny little gun. Very nice. And this one contains two versions. It has the international version, which is 119 minutes, and the US version, which is 104 minutes. So it's a little shorter. And again with a booklet as well. Directed by John Irving, by the way, who also did Hamburger Hill, which is a very underrated Vietnam War movie. And also picked up Salvador, which is an incredible film by Oliver Stone. Hard to watch at times. And yeah, I wanted to get this in my collection for a long time. I had my eye on the DVD, but I'm glad I waited for the Blu-ray instead. I managed to get a copy of The Blob, from Twilight Time. I think Twilight Time, they did good. Now, of course, they received a lot of critique when they released Fright Night and Christine, because they were sold out so quickly. But with The Blob, they have increased the limited edition number to 5,000 instead of the usual 3,000. And they started selling it with a strict 3 copies per customer. Then later on they did it with 1 copy per customer. So they did good this time. I think that everybody who wanted The Blob on Blu-ray managed to get a copy of it. And yeah, they did good. They have learned their lesson. But yeah. Next one is Killers. I have not seen this film yet, but I heard some good things about it. But I know that Kyle Shackward65 wasn't very pleased with this film. But yeah, I am curious about it. I'd like to know what I think of it. But I still need to check this out. The next 3 I got from Germany. I believe these were 3 for 20 euros. Memphis Bell, which is a good film. Yeah, still need to revisit this one, but I enjoyed this very much. This is a science fiction classic, The Time Machine. Absolutely love The Time Machine. Directed by George Pell, who was known as a producer on such 1950s sci-fi classics like Water Worlds and Destination Moon. It stars Rod Taylor. You might remember him from The Birds and this guy. And he also played Winston Churchill in Inglourious Basterds, Tarantino movie. But great film, The Time Machine. And also picked up Blue Jasmine by Woody Allen with the fantastic Cate Blanchett. And she won an Oscar for her role. I still have not seen this film yet though, but I'm looking forward to seeing it. The story kind of reminds me of a streetcar named Desire. The Tennessee Williams's play, which later on, of course, became a legendary film with Marlon Brando. But yeah, I think this is a very good film, mainly because of Cate Blanchett's performance. Okay, next one is Drug War. Now this is a film that I saw on Kyle's video And the way he talked about it made me want to see the movie right away. So I, ordered a copy for myself, and I actually got it very fast. I got it a week later, and I thought it was a great Hong Kong action film. The final 30 minutes or so was just magnificent. I thought it was absolutely fantastic, and I still need to get more Johnny To films. I don't have a lot. I still need to get Election 1 and 2. I have seen those films, and those are great films as well, but I don't have them in my collection yet, so still need to grab those. But this was a very good film, Drug War. Highly recommended. And thanks Kyle for recommending me this. This was absolutely fantastic. Next up is Elmer Gentry. Now I am very happy that they have released this on Blu-ray, because I was hoping that this was getting a Blu-ray release, and thanks to Kino Lorber, they did just that. Because this is such a terrific film with some brilliant performances by Burt Lancaster and Gene Simmons. Not Gene Simmons from Kiss, of course, but this Gene Simmons from Spartacus and Angel Face and Black Narcissus and many other great films. But Burt Lancaster, he's just brilliant. He won an Oscar for his performance in this film, and he absolutely deserved it. This is just, without a doubt, one of his best films he has ever done. Maybe even the best film he has ever done. And I think Kino Lorber, they have released some great films on Blu-ray recently, or they're about to release some great films on Blu-ray. They also released The Young Savages, which is another great film with Burt Lancaster. And they have released Across 110th Street, which is one of my favorite blaxploitation films, and White Lightning, and also the sequel to that movie, Gator. Is also part of Kino's catalog. So I definitely want to get more from Kino. But this is absolutely fantastic. I cannot recommend this film enough. Elmer Gentry, get it and watch it. You will not be disappointed. Fantastic film. Okay, next up is the Digibook of Ghostbusters 1 and 2. And this is a very lovely edition. I know there's also a box set with the Slimer figure, but that was just way too expensive, so I just got the Digibook alone. And there's some wonderful pages here. There's the Marshmallow Man. Both films are mastered in 4K. Still need to see the movie on these transfers, but I've seen some clips and they absolutely look fantastic. Especially the first one. The first one looks really good. Very nice pictures here, by the way. I don't think I've ever seen this one. I think this is one of those deleted scenes. I don't know if that is part of the special features of Ghostbusters 2. I still need to... and here's another one that is not in the movie. Well, I still need to... well, maybe it is on the DVDs. Who knows? Harold Ramis, he died earlier this year. One of the actors, but also one of the writers of the Ghostbusters movies. And they're doing Ghostbusters 3 finally, but they're gonna do an all-female version, which sounds like a good idea. But on the other hand, I would have loved to have the other actors back, Dan Aykroyd and Bill Murray. Although Bill Murray has said that he's not interested in doing part 3. But anyway, it could be something, the next Ghostbusters movie. But anyway, this is a wonderful, wonderful set. Yeah, Ghostbusters. Okay, now for some steelbooks, and the first one is Ghost in the Shell. I have to say I'm slightly disappointed with this release, because I thought they would have, made something more special with it. Although if you look at it this way, it does look very nice this way. But I was expecting some, debossing or embossing or outbossing or whatever bossing. But yeah, I thought they would make it a little more special, especially for the price that I got it for. But I should have waited till they dropped the price. But it's okay, as a nice background, and it also has the nice artwork on the inside, as you can see here, and a booklet over here. And what can I say about the movie? It's animated titties. What can I say about the movies? It's a masterpiece of animation. It's simply one of the best Japanese animation ever made, and it looks really, really good in high definition. I cannot believe that this movie is almost 20 years old. It came out in 1995 originally, and I think 1995 was a very important year for animation. Of course, you had Ghost in the Shell, and you also had Toy Story. Two groundbreaking films, animation films in one year. So that was very, very good. Yeah, it's a very nice steelbook. But if you want my advice, I would say wait till they drop the price, and then get it. Next one is also a nice steelbook, but I got this mainly because of it has the movie on Blu-ray. This is the Andromeda Strain, a fantastic film. Basically, it's about this this satellite that has crashed down somewhere in a small desert town in New Mexico, and all the people from the town has been killed mysteriously, and these group of scientists have to find out what killed them. And they actually find two survivors, a baby and an old man, and they're doing everything they can to find out why they have survived and what the cause is of the death of those other people. And they soon find out that the satellite is carrying something, some kind of a virus or an alien germ that keeps growing and growing. But this is an excellent, excellent film, directed by Robert Wise, who is one of my favorite. Actually, he started his movie career working on sound effects, and later he became an editor. As an editor, he worked with Orson Welles on Citizen Kane and The Magnificent Ambersons, and later on he made his directorial debut with Curse of the Cat People, which is the sequel to Cat People. And then, he made many films of different kind of genres, like horror films with Audrey Rhodes and The Haunting, film noir like The House on Telegraph Hill, and The Setup, science fiction movies like The Day the Earth Stood Still, and Star Trek The Motion Picture. What else did he do? Westerns, like Blood on the Moon and Tribute to a Bad Man. He made a lot of different kind of films, and they were all, well, I don't know if they're all great because I haven't seen all of them, but the ones that I've seen, they were very, very good. And I think this is his best one, although I'm not entirely sure. I still need to check out the other films, like I said. But so far, I think this is his best film, The Andromeda Strain. Very well done, very suspenseful, and yeah, very happy to have this on Blu-ray. The Blu-ray, this is, by the way, this is the German release, as you can tell by the words here. but the transfer looks fantastic on this release. Yeah, don't get this for the steelbook. The steelbook looks nice. Of course, you have the front cover here. The back cover is printed, and there is no inside artwork. But just get it for the movie. The movie is really, really good. The Andromeda Strain. Okay, the next 3 steelbooks I got from Arrow Video, and the first one is the Burps. You know, what can I say about this? And many other people has bought this. Wonderful film, absolutely wonderful. Kind of like a feel-good horror comedy, isn't it? Yeah, it's great that Arrow has released this on Blu-ray, and especially on Blu-ray Steelbook. Can't wait to check this movie out again. Haven't done that in a while. Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the remake of the original film. Fantastic film. It has a very, effective, creepy, nightmarish atmosphere, and the ending is brilliant, by the way. Yeah, fantastic film. And I also have White of the Eye. Now, sometimes I watch a movie and you just don't know what to think of it. You know, you don't like it, but you don't dislike it either. You know, you have to watch it 1 or 2 more times to come up with your final verdict. You know what I mean? And that is what I had with White of the Eye. I cannot decide what to think of it. I really have to see this movie again. I like the ending though. The ending was a little crazy. But the film as a total, I just need to see it again. I do think that the director Donald Campbell he was an interesting filmmaker. He co-directed Performance with Mick Jagger, which I've never seen before. I always want to do that. And he also directed Demon Seed, which is a movie that I like. I still need to get that in my collection. But yeah, I had to come up. I still need to see it again. And last but not least, I also got this very nice edition of The Walking Dead Season 4. This is the tree zombie, or the tree walker. If you put, here's the Blu-ray case, and you put that in here, it will come alive. This is really very well done, by the way. I love the detail of this. And the Season 4 is, in my opinion, the best season so far. Let me take this out. Yeah, the best season so far. And it also has the strongest episode of the entire series, in my opinion, that is, of course. And that is episode 14, which is called The Grove. I'm not going to tell you what happens in that episode, because some of you might not have seen it yet. But I thought it was a very emotional and very heartbreaking episode. And yeah, it's definitely the strongest one, in my opinion. And yeah, I cannot wait for Season 5 to come out. So, anyway, that is it for my DVD and Blu-ray update. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.